Video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about decorating this, building out, making this site your own. Look, this is a an example of what many sites are. They're text, they're images, they're buttons, and they take you places. There are things you could do to this. You could simply copy this page and you could make another one and then make your nav buttons move to things. You could take your ads, have them link to other things. You could hook it to your social media. You could have links to things. Maybe put a name to this link or these links over here that kind of give you an idea of why you would have this stuff in the first place. So that will be your assignment going out. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in the next video. What we're going to do is we're going to do our last little bit of styling on these buttons here, because I do want you to understand that there are going to be times you want your links to look like links. There are going to be times you're going to want them to be blue text with a blue underline. But there are also going to be times when you're going to want that button to be a button, to feel like a button, so that when I pull it up on my phone or when I pull it up on my laptop, that I can either feel like it's something that I would tap with my finger to press, or that I would click and that it would take me somewhere or would do a thing. Okay, so let's take a look at this button, because right now it just looks like blue highlighted text. All right, so let's take this over into code and let's take a look at what's currently making that button the way it currently is. All right, we've got our font weight is bold, so you can see that it's bold. You can see their font size, 1.3 rem. It's fairly large. It's got a line height that gives it a little bit of space on top and bottom. We've got a color declared as black, so it's just black text on a blue background. Maybe it's not contrasty enough. Maybe we could affect that later, change it. Our background color is this kind of Carolina blue color. We've got a little bit of padding in this button that kind of creates some space. And we've got a border around it that is currently set to none. All right. And that border radius has that little bit of a rounded corner that we see. So let's take a look at that. Here's our background color of Carolina blue, that corner curve, that padding that separates the edge from the text. We've got, let's see here, border. You notice there's no outline around this blue box. Okay. These are all things that could be changed. And I want you to think about, would I change them? Should I change them? So here's what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to add a slightly different bit of variables here. We're going to keep a lot of this the same, but you're going to notice I changed a couple things. First off, I changed our transition. Remember we were talking about a transition? This is going to change the transition. This is going to allow the background color of the button to transition from color 1 to color number 2. That color number 2 is here. We've currently got it set to this dark navy blue. So the background color is going to take 0.3 of a second to go from its current Carolina blue to a dark navy blue. Okay, notice that I now also have transition on color. Remember, color affects your text color. Currently, that color is black, and we're going to change it to white. Okay, let's save that and see what that does. All right, refresh. Now when I go over that button, I expect that maybe the background's going to change to a darker color. The text is going to change to a lighter color, and let's see if that worked. Ta-da! Now you feel like you've got a button so that when I move over it, it feels like, okay, this is telling me I can do something. I can click on it and schedule a service, or I can click on it and do an action. So this is a good way to indicate to your users that the buttons are actionable. Okay, let's look at that again. A transition, simple word, transitioning the background color, 0.3 of a second. Yes, you can change that to, let's say, 0.8 of a second. And yes, they don't have to match. So let's refresh over here. And let's take a look. Notice how slow it changes there, how slow it changes. Okay, check this one out. Let's change this one back to 0.3 of a second, save it, refresh. Now I come back and I do that, and you'll see that they change. One changes a little faster than the other, just a little bit. Sure, let's do this one as 1.2. We'll change, refresh, and you see that one changes to navy blue, then the text changes slower. So those are things you can do. You can change your color to any of these colors, and you can see that effect might look different. So let's go for our background color is red. So FF0000, save, refresh. Now we hover over it, changes to navy blue. Maybe I change it from navy blue to red, but you see what I'm getting at is that transition. The cool part about that transition is you get kind of like this mid-state color. And again, that sort of stuff helps a person understand that they can do something by clicking on this, okay? So try out that. Let's go in and let's add in, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and say, I'm going to do ellipsis, read more. Now I'm going to create an A tag, and I want to be href of nowhere. Paste read more in, do this, and let's copy and BR there. Should copy that BR, copy, paste, and paste, save, refresh. Now we've got this read more. So maybe add that read more and come in and make that read more after you've done this. Give me a different button type on top of this read more. Take these little brackets out, but make it say read more. Maybe make it say something like, instead of that, we'll do this one. Instead of that, ellipsis, we'll come in and put a ampersand greater than, and we'll save that, refresh. Now you got this little side arrow, so if we turn that into a button similar to this, we could just simply throw the phrase button around it, and it should just adapt. So let's grab all of these, and we'll do this, and instead of href, we'll go ahead and just say button. Come over here to this last A and put button. And now we see a button in place. But it's not inheriting this style. It will inherit a button, but it won't inherit this style. Why? Because this button is inside of our tower ads. Now come in and take this button and make it look like something that goes somewhere else. So that's the next part of your assignment is come in, do these button transitions the way you think they should be done, and then from what you've learned here, give me another button at the end of each one of these paragraphs that takes me to read the entire article. Okay? So there you go. Come back for the next video where we round this up and get it moving forward to the last few weeks of the semester. Hope you enjoyed these videos. Hope they've helped. And you guys have been a great class.